Your posture matters too. Stand tall, not stiff. Move with intention, not urgency. Make eye contact without overcommitting. These subtle signals send a message before you say anything. I know who I am, and I don't need approval to prove it. Selective presence also requires focus. Put your attention on the room, not on yourself. Notice people's behavior. Watch reactions. When you become the observer instead of the entertainer, you gain influence without needing attention. There's power in being unbothered. When you're not chasing recognition, you become more respected. Your detachment gives you freedom. You can walk into any space without adjusting your personality to fit in, because your energy already commands its own space. This is the presence people remember. It doesn't shout, it doesn't chase, it doesn't flinch. It simply shows up, steady and sharp. Confidence dies when it depends on reaction. Many people live as mirrors, constantly reflecting what others expect. They adjust tone, opinion, and behavior based on feedback, often without realizing it. But the moment your sense of worth becomes negotiable, you lose control. Validation seeking hides in everyday moments. Over-explaining your choices, pausing to see if someone approves, shifting your approach to keep the peace. These behaviors don't make you more likable, they weaken your voice. The fix isn't to stop caring, it's to choose whose opinion actually matters. If everyone has equal influence over your self-image, you'll never feel stable. Confidence begins when you set a filter. Who has earned the right to shape your direction? This mindset turns you inward. Instead of constantly scanning for approval, you check alignment. Does this reflect my values? Replaces, will they like this? That shift creates freedom. Another principle, silence speaks. You don't need to defend every decision. You don't need to justify your presence. When you move without asking for permission, people take note. Not because you demanded attention, but because you owned your lane. Building internal reference requires action. Start by doing things you're proud of when no one's watching. Let integrity replace applause. When your choices are rooted in principle, you don't need praise to feel solid. This also means setting boundaries. Say no without guilt, disagree without apology, walk away without performance. The more you protect your space, the less you'll rely on outside voices to define it. Confidence isn't about proving anything, it's about knowing. And knowing doesn't seek validation, it lives it. Growth isn't found in what's easy, it lives in what tests you. Most people avoid tension, thinking discomfort signals danger. But in reality, it's a catalyst. Friction introduces challenge, and challenge is where confidence is carved, not imagined. To build mental strength, you have to introduce controlled pressure. This doesn't mean chaos or reckless risks. It means selecting tasks that push your limits, slightly outside what's comfortable, but fully within your reach. That's where transformation begins. Choose something that makes your heart race a little. Speak when it's easier to stay silent. Tackle the project you've been postponing. Wake up earlier than your routine allows. These actions seem small in isolation, but they teach your mind something critical. Hesitation isn't final. The point isn't to suffer, it's to stretch. Each time you choose action over avoidance, you expand your edge. That edge becomes your new baseline. What once felt daunting begins to feel normal. That's evolution. Friction also sharpens focus. In easy situations, it's easy to drift. But when pressure increases, you concentrate. That intensity reveals what you're capable of under stress. You stop reacting and start responding. That transition is the beginning of true composure. Over time, this exposure builds familiarity with uncertainty. You no longer need everything to feel safe before you move. You act because you trust your ability to adapt. That's power. Another key, reflect after the challenge. Don't just move on. Ask yourself, what did I learn? How did I show up? What would I do differently? This reflection turns discomfort into insight, so you're not just pushing through, you're pulling lessons forward. Eventually, you stop fearing resistance. You start seeking it in measured doses. Not because you enjoy hardship, but because you understand what it gives you. It's no longer an obstacle. It's a mirror showing you where to grow. Start where you are. Choose one point of friction today and face it with intention. Confidence doesn't shout. It's felt in how you enter a room, how you handle tension, how you carry yourself when no one's watching. It's not something you're born with. It's something you earn through action. You've just learned 5 distinct tools. Each one gives you an edge. Together, they form a foundation, not for performance, but for presence. You don't need to do more, you need to do what matters, with intention, with discipline, and with clarity. This isn't about changing overnight. It's about making one solid move each day. One choice that leans into discomfort, protects your standards, or rewrites how you speak to yourself. Stack enough of those, and people won't just notice, you'll start feeling it internally first. No gimmicks, no pretending, just steps that compound. Now I want to hear from you. What's one behavior you're ready to upgrade right now? Drop it in the comments. I read every one. And if this gave you a fresh perspective, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm building something real here, a space for those who move with quiet power and clear intent. This is your time. Start building the confidence that doesn't ask permission.